Rajasthan politics, the pot boiler only intensifying here. Days after the drama in Rajasthan, Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot finally came about in a courtesy attempt to visit the Governor Kalraj Mishra only to claim majority. Chief Minister claimed to in fact have the support of at least 102 MLAs, one more than the desired magic number of 101. This meet comes just hours after Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot claimed support from the 2 MLAs of the Bharatiya Tribal Party. Meanwhile, even as Congress battles a big desert storm in Rajasthan, the Gehlot camp MLAs seem to be having a gala time at the Fairmont Hotel in Jaipur. The MLAs have been watching films. Over 80 MLAs are right now at the Fairmont Hotel, where a single room costs 9,000 rupees per night. And now new twists and turns unfold in Rajasthan phone tapping case. The Ministry of Home Affairs now has sought a report from Chief Secretary of Rajasthan, Rajiv Swarup, over the alleged phone tapping case. India Today has also learned that the Home Ministry is keeping a close watch on the alleged leaked audio conversation. The BJP has also sought a CBI probe into the matter while raising questions about the SOPs to be followed during tapping of calls. This comes a day after businessman Sanjay Jain, who was named in the audio tape, was arrested for allegedly trying to poach Congress MLAs. Jain was also allegedly in talks with 2 suspended Congress legislators.
A day after the Congress released audio tapes alleging the BJP is buying off MLAs supporting Sachin Pilot, the BJP has launched a counter-offensive.
हमने अभी मांग सीबीआई जांच की है कि जिस प्रकार से वहां संविधान को ताक में रख के काम हो रहा है, ये प्रतीत हो रहा है और बिल्कुल सामने आ रहा है, उस पर सीबीआई की जांच होनी चाहिए। ये केवल भाजपा का विषय नहीं है, ये जनता का विषय है। जनता की प्राइवेसी के साथ खिलवाड़ करना यह संविधान के सम्मत नहीं है, ये संविधान के खिलाफ है।
Caught on the wrong foot by the audio tapes, the BJP is accusing the Ashok Gehlot government of tapping telephones of political leaders illegally. The Congress rejected the charges.
आपने ये टैपिंग किस अधिकार से किया है? क्या होम डिपार्टमेंट ने आपको ये परमिशन दी थी कि आप इन टैपिंग को करो या आपको ये अधिकार है? सच में एक तरह से टैपिंग बिना होम डिपार्टमेंट के, आज आपने देखा होगा कि राजीव ने अपना होम जो सेक्रेटरी है उसने मना कर दिया, हमारे चीफ सेक्रेटरी ने मना कर दिया, हमने इस प्रकार की कोई परमिशन नहीं दी, तो फिर ये टैप कैसे हुआ?
Their only grievance was that when we were murdering democracy, why were we getting recorded? And if we were getting recorded, was it legal? It's like a murderer saying that the witness who saw me committing the murder and who went and informed the police, didn't he violate my privacy when he peeped into my room when I was committing the crime?
Amid the politics, the Gehlot government has intensified its crackdown over audio tapes. The police have arrested businessman Sanjay Jain for allegedly trying to poach the Congress MLAs. Rajasthan's anti-corruption unit has filed an FIR against the suspended Congress MLA Bhavar Lal.
Amidst the threat by the Congress of coming up with more alleged exposés, the political slugfest in the desert state of Rajasthan is likely to intensify. However, a lot may depend upon the case regarding the MLAs from the Sachin Pilot group, whose petition is in the Rajasthan High Court. The MLAs belonging to the Pilot group will be waiting anxiously as the case is slated to come up in the court on Monday. With Nasir Khan, Devankur Vadhavan in Jaipur, India Today.
Cutting across to Kerala, while the NIA continues to probe the Kerala gold scam case, India Today has now accessed a letter sent by the UAE attaché Rashid Khamis. The letter addressed Emirates Sky Cargo shows that the accused Faisal Farid was authorized to be handed over to some undisclosed items on the attaché's behalf. In fact, the Customs Department is investigating if this letter indeed has been forged. Remember, Farid is an accused in the Kerala gold scam case and has been put under Interpol's Blue Notice. This notice enables Interpol to access his identity. Remember, the 2 accused, Swapna Suresh and Sarit, are in the NIA custody currently. On the other hand, ex-Principal Secretary of Kerala, Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, is also already suspended over alleged links to the accused.
The National Investigation Agency's probe into the Kerala gold smuggling racket is unearthing more evidence that links suspect Swapna Suresh and the UAE consulate. India Today has accessed the copy of a letter prepared by Swapna on behalf of UAE attaché that sought the return of diplomatic baggage back to the UAE on the request of the attaché. There is more. India Today has accessed Swapna's call records that nail her UAE consulate link. The invoice of the diplomatic cargo allegedly used to smuggle gold was dated back June 25th. The Consul General Jamal Hussain Al-Jabi, who is in the UAE, called Swapna on the same day at 3:14 p.m. A series of phone calls between Swapna and Sarit and Swapna and the attaché Rashid Khamis Al-Musakri Al-Shamli followed. The consignment reached the cargo complex of Thiruvananthapuram Airport on June 30th. In the 3 days between June 29th and July 1st, around when the consignment reached Kerala, Swapna and the attaché spoke to each other 27 times. On the 5th, the day gold was seized by Customs Department, Swapna received 3 calls from the attaché. Swapna also called fellow accused Sarit 45 times between July 4th and July 5th. Accused Swapna Suresh and Sandeep Nair were taken to their respective houses in Thiruvananthapuram in a bid to gather evidence.
Both Sandeep and Swapna, two of the important accused in the case, they were actually brought to Thiruvananthapuram as part of the evidence gathering. So initially the NIA had recorded their arrest and they were being interrogated in Kochi, but today they have been brought here to the state capital because both Swapna and Sandeep are permanent residents of this city.
Meanwhile, Jay Ghosh, UAE Consul General's gunman who attempted suicide, recorded his statement with magistrate, pleading innocence in the case. The NIA suspects a possible Hawala network. 3 to 4 containers brought in through 13 flights are under the lens. The gold smuggled in could be worth 40 to 45 crore rupees. The gold smuggling racket has become a political hot potato with the Congress and the BJP cornering the left front. With inputs from Gopi Krishnan Unnithan in Thiruvananthapuram, Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, while Karnataka is already grappling with a high number of COVID-19 cases, we are looking at quite an awful sight inside COVID-19 hospitals in Karnataka's Kalburgi. Several pigs were seen roaming inside the hospital, exposing the state's crumbling health infrastructure, reeling under COVID surge within the state of Karnataka. Kalburgi DC has instructed cops to take action against a pig owner. Unfortunately, this isn't the sole incident that's been reported a few weeks ago as well. A video from Ballari where mass burials of patients who died due to COVID-19 went viral. After reports of lack of beds in the state, Karnataka government has now instructed private medical college hospitals to provide 50% beds for COVID treatment. Meanwhile, Karnataka continues to witness a huge jump in its coronavirus tally. In the last 24 hours, 4,537 new coronavirus cases and 93 deaths were reported in Karnataka.
It's very unfortunate that the administration is taken this so lightly. This shows that the seriousness with which they are handling this crisis, especially since the first COVID death in the country happened in Kalburgi. People would have thought that there are a lot of lessons that we can teach other districts or other states. Okay. But unfortunately, it looks like there have been no lessons learned. Okay. And I have seen the hospital, the aisle which they are walking on. It's just not like it's on the main road. You know, it is inside. Okay. It's inside the hospital. So I don't know how pigs and piglets are going inside the aisle of the hospital where the corona patients are there, and the minister is not bothered about the district. Everybody is interested in Bangalore only. Everybody wants to become a Bengaluru corona minister. Nobody is interested in the rest of the state.
Now, the B.S. Yediyurappa government has come under scanner over corruption charges. Along with rising cases, Karnataka government has now to battle with the Congress's profiteering during a pandemic charge. On the other hand, incidents of locals protesting lack of COVID-19 care facilities outside the Chief Minister's house has also emerged. For more on that, take a look at this report.
Karnataka government's war on coronavirus is now under cloud. On Saturday, a father staged a sit-in protest outside the Chief Minister's residence with photo of a 1-month-old baby. The father says his child died as they couldn't find a bed. There's a big question mark over the availability of ventilators in Bengaluru as well. A 28-year-old BBMP worker recently died after not finding a ventilator in any hospital.
Ramaya, Mato, Baptisto, Boringo, Victoria, Vikramu, Manipalo, Mahavir Jaino, ಇಷ್ಟು ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ವೆಂಟಿಲೇಟರ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಸರ್, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಪೌರಕಾರ್ಮಿಕ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ.
From rising cases to corruption charges to shortage of beds to divide between the political class and bureaucrats, the Yediyurappa government is losing its footing. The state government on Saturday transferred BBMP Commissioner Anil Kumar and appointed N. Manjunath in his place. The reshuffle comes even as the BBMP chief favoured extension of lockdown, which contradicts Chief Minister Yediyurappa's stand against it.
In the next few days, the lockdown will end. That is the July 22nd, 5 a.m. That morning, lockdown ends. From there, the lockdown will start. The barricades will be opened up for the people of Bengaluru. But the government has categorically said no to the extension of lockdown.
Sources also add that CM Yediyurappa also wasn't happy about the corruption allegations against the BBMP over the setting up of a 10,000 COVID bed centre.
Honorable Chief Minister is very clear that lockdown should not be extended. Lockdown is not a solution. Social distancing and hygiene are the most important factors which needs to be strengthened, enforced among the people.
To add to Yediyurappa's troubles, the Congress is alleging large-scale corruption in the purchase of ventilators.
In every issue, either it is a bed, a pillow or a cot or a purchase of a PP kit or anything for extent, corruption is being seen. Corruption is not 1%, 2%, 5%, 10%, 20%. It is more than 200%, 500% which is being seen.
We are all open for transparency and accountability, not that we are getting away. Is it the time to do all these things? Is it the time to do all these things? What is their motive? What is their interest? What is that they are trying to do here? Are they bothered about the people or only politicize, do politics?
Karnataka had won much praise in the initial phase of the coronavirus pandemic. The state, which followed strict contact tracing and isolation in the beginning, has lost its way in the middle of the fight. With Nagarjun Dwarkanath in Bengaluru, Bureau Report, India Today.
Bihar, on the other hand, is witnessing a rapid surge in coronavirus cases there, with a tally crossing 25,000. But in the state's health infrastructure really capable of containing the coronavirus surge is the big question here. India Today's Sweta Singh conducted a reality check in hospitals across of Patna, and the results are quite horrifying. Let's take a look at this report.
दौड़ रहे हैं, ना हमारा रोगी के कोई इलाज हुआ है, छुए भी लोग नहीं हैं।
कहाँ गया मिस? कोई देखने वाला नहीं हमको।
Helpless voices of these patients are falling on deaf ears. Away from the cameras, mostly out of spotlight, Bihar is turning out to be India's biggest COVID concern. India Today hit the ground to see how the state is fighting the virus. The news not encouraging. Bihar's only COVID-dedicated hospital, the Nalanda Medical College Hospital, is overwhelmed, unable to cope with the rising cases. Patients claim they are either turned away, and even when they are allowed to stay, there is no medical staff to attend to them.
पावापुरी मेडिकल कॉलेज में गए, वहाँ पर हम जाके 2 घंटा गाड़ी इसी पर बैठे हुए हैं। सब डॉक्टर से, नर्स से रिक्वेस्ट करते रह गए। हमारा ड्राइवर किसी को कोई ताकने के लिए नहीं आया। फिर सब आदमी आया तो हम यहाँ की चलो NMCH में कुछ होगा। यहाँ भी हम 3 घंटे से बैठे हुए हैं, कोई हमको देखने वाला नहीं है।
Even as this patient was narrating his ordeal to India Today, the hospital staff intervened. Shockingly, the staff members not even wearing any protective gear.
चलिए आपका ट्रांसफर है, और कुछ नहीं हमको।
गाड़ी में चलिए।
ये कोरोना पेशेंट है?
जी 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 मालूम है।
पर्सनल गाड़ी से बैठे हैं सर? आप लोग को भी किट नहीं मिला हुआ है, बताइए।
सुबह 6 बजे हम नाच रहे हैं।
चलिए
आप एडमिट तो हो जाइए पहले।
सांस लेने में तकलीफ है।
चलिए सर, हो जा रहा है, सब हो जा रहा है।
ऑक्सीजन।
When the patient opened the door, what we saw was shocking.
तो आखिरकार तमाम कोशिशों के बाद उन्हें इमरजेंसी वार्ड में शिफ्ट किया गया है। कागज तैयार नहीं है, लेकिन किसी कर्मचारी की अंतरात्मा जागी जिसने कहा कि चलिए कागज बाद में तैयार होंगे, पहले हम आपको अंदर लेकर चलते हैं। लेकिन अगर आंकड़े बिहार में कम नजर आते हैं, शिकायत ये होती है कि टेस्ट ही नहीं हमारा हो रहा है, चक्कर लगा रहे हैं। पर्सनल गाड़ी से पेशेंट लाए जा रहे हैं, अपने हाथ में ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर लिए। ये सरकार का सवाल उठता है, ये प्रशासन का सवाल उठता है। सवाल किससे उठता है? क्यों नहीं एक देश की अंतरात्मा इस समय जाग रही है? अगर सर्वोच्च कोविड अस्पताल, समूचे बिहार राज्य के सर्वोच्च कोविड अस्पताल में इस तरह के इंतजाम है कि हर आदमी अपने चेहरे पर एक सवाल लेकर खड़ा है।
A walk around the hospital brings us face to face with not one but several horror stories. This woman's husband was admitted in the hospital and succumbed to the coronavirus.
तो एम्स वाला तो हाथ धर के हमको निकाल दिया। हम रिक्वेस्ट करने लगे कि सबको टेस्ट कर रहे हैं, तो यहाँ पर से
तो अभी क्या बताया है अंदर से? क्या बताया है आपको अंदर से?
डेथ होगा।
डेथ हो गया है उनका
डेथ हो गया। ये लोग इलाज कुछ नहीं किया, खाली बस ला के पार के।
आप लोग से एकदम नहीं कहा गया कि टेस्ट होना है आपका, खाली बॉडी बोल दिया है?
हाँ, ना हम लोग का टेस्ट करवा रहे हैं, ना किसी का टेस्ट करवा रहे हैं।
एम्बुलेंस बोलती है कि हम नहीं आएंगे, मेरे पास ये ऑक्सीजन।
ये टेम्पो से लेकर आई हैं और ये अपनी गाड़ी से लेकर आए हैं।
ये बोल रहे हैं कि मेरे पास ऑक्सीजन ही नहीं है।
Ambulances are hardly around. The COVID patients complaining they are forced to come to the hospital on their own.
आप कोरोना पॉजिटिव हैं और आपको टेस्ट रिपोर्ट नहीं दिया जा रहा है?
नहीं दिया जा रहा। नहीं, कोरोना टेस्ट पॉजिटिव है मेरा, फोन के द्वारा बताया गया हमको, पर हार्ड कॉपी या सॉफ्ट कॉपी कुछ रिपोर्ट नहीं दिया जा रहा, ताकि कहीं भी हॉस्पिटल में हमको आइसोलेट किया जाए।
तो पॉजिटिव आने के बाद एक पेशेंट को खुद से आना पड़ रहा है, जबकि हर राज्य में जो सिस्टम है वो ये है कि उसके यहाँ स्वास्थ्य कर्मचारी जाएंगे और उस पेशेंट की मदद करेंगे, या तो उसके घर पे रखने में या फिर अस्पताल में भर्ती होने पे।
A few days ago, a video of a former Bihar Home Department Under Secretary lying down outside the Patna AIIMS had gone viral. If a high-ranking official gets no attention, less said the better about the common man. Away from the state capital at a Hajipur hospital, this story is no different. Probably is worse. When India Today visited the hospital, medics were conducting tests without PPE kits.
आप लोग बिना छुट्टी उट्टी काम करते हैं?
एकदम लगातार, एक दिन भी छुट्टी नहीं है। और माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी ने कहा था कि 100 रुपया नाश्ता के लिए और 250 रुपया भोजन के लिए, अभी तक नहीं मिलेगा, जबकि 12 घंटा 14 घंटा हम लोग देर रात तक काम करते हैं प्रतिदिन, और कहा था कि डबल वेतन भी नहीं मिलेगा। झूठी आश्वासन कह कर अभी तक वेतन भी नहीं हुआ है।
With the COVID cases continuously on the rise, Union Health Ministry have written to Bihar, Bengal, Assam and Odisha to contain the transmission and ensure fatality rate is below 1%. But with such poor management, the task seems difficult.
With a growing number of corona cases, Bihar is under another lockdown. But is a lockdown enough? Is it enough that the people stay inside their houses? Or is it required of the government that they need to step out? The administration needs to step up, ramp up testing facilities and provide basic infrastructure at the so-called COVID hospitals. With camera person Syed Mohsin, this is Shweta Singh in Patna for India Today.
Now, more lapses that are being visible in Bihar. India Today has found some grave lapses days after a bridge in Bihar's Gopalganj collapsed. An India Today investigation there has revealed the lapses on the part of the Bihar government's bridge construction body, the BRPNNLL, and Hyderabad-based construction company Vashisht Construction that built this bridge. The state government has been calling it a natural calamity, while it's been found that villagers had warned the government and construction firm that the width of this bridge needed to be increased. It was found that the bridge didn't really carry out protection work in form of boulders to withstand the strong currents of the Gandak River. It was also found that the bridge was too close to the dam that was built on the river. Villagers had warned the local authorities there about the weak design of this bridge, but alerts fell on deaf ears. Instead, an FIR was lodged against villagers for allegedly violating the lockdown and trying to damage the bridge.
इतना जल्दी ये पुल टूट जाएगा भविष्य में हम लोग कल्पना भी नहीं किए थे कि इतना जल्दी इसके गाइड के बगल में ये सब टूट जाए। ये तो खतरा है सर, आने जाने का हम लोग का यही एक अप्रोच चीज है जो बाढ़ में हम लोग फंस जाते हैं। देखिए कैसा इस तरह से रोड बना हुआ है जो हम लोग कितना अपना जान जोखिम में डालकर हम लोग जाते हैं।
एक फटाफट पुल तैयार करके और उद्घाटन करा लिए। इस सरकार का कमी है, पुल निगम वाले की कमी है, कंपनी का नहीं।
Coming up next, we have, in fact, EBC for breaking biosecure protocols. We're going to take you through that on the other side. Jofra Archer has been fined by the ECB and received a written warning for breaking biosecure protocols. In fact, the England fast bowler was left out of the team for the second test for breach. Archer drove to his home in Brighton after the series opener in Southampton. Players were also instructed to travel to Manchester from Southampton. Archer, though, will be available for selection for the third test, provided he really tests negative for COVID-19. There are strict coronavirus protocols in place for players limiting their movements to ground and team hotels. On that note, it's a wrap on this bulletin. Further news and updates, do log on to indiatoday.in. You could also download our app. Do stay tuned. India Today is special on the other side.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.